The moment she said we only needed one room, my heart stopped. Not because I didn't understand what she meant. Not because I was confused. But because I had spent 7 years pretending I wasn't in love with her. Before we begin, if you believe kindness deserves a second chance and that some friendships are worth fighting for, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps stories like this reach more people around the world. I wish I could say my life changed in that hotel lobby. I wish I could tell you that everything became simple after that moment. The truth was much messier than that. Because sometimes the person you love most is the person you can never have. And sometimes life waits until you've almost given up before it changes everything. My name is Ethan, and for most of my adult life, I was known as Lily's best friend. Not boyfriend. Not fiancé. Not husband. Used for best friend. The title never bothered anyone except me. Lily and I met during our first week of university. He was the quiet guy who sat in the back of every classroom. She was the girl who somehow made strangers feel like lifelong friends within 5 minutes. The first time we spoke, she borrowed my pen. The second time, she forgot to return it. The third time, she bought me coffee because she felt guilty. The fourth time, we spent 4 hours talking on a campus bench while the sun disappeared behind the buildings. After that, we became inseparable. Everyone thought we would eventually date. Everyone except us. Or maybe everyone except me. Because I knew exactly how I felt. He loved her. He loved her laugh. He loved her stubbornness. He loved the way she always stopped to help people. He loved how she remembered tiny details everyone else forgot. He loved everything about her. But there was one problem. She never looked at me the way I looked at her. At least that was what I believed. Years passed. University ended. Life became harder. Reality arrived. I found work as a graphic designer. Lily became an event planner. We rented apartments in different parts of the city. We built separate lives. Yet somehow we remained each other's closest person. When something wonderful happened, she called me first. When something terrible happened, she called me first. Birthdays. Promotions. Family emergencies. Heartbreaks. He was always there. And she was always there for me. The hardest years came after my father's death. Grief changed everything. The world felt colder. Days felt longer. He spent months pretending I was okay. Most people believed me. Lily didn't. She appeared at my apartment every weekend carrying groceries I never asked for. She sat beside me during silent evenings when words felt impossible. She reminded me that surviving pain wasn't weakness. It was courage. Little by little, she helped me find my footing again. That was the problem with loving someone who was also your best friend. Every act of kindness made the feeling stronger. Every year made it harder to let go. But I never told her. Because some risks feel too dangerous. Losing a girlfriend hurts. Losing your best friend can destroy you. So I stayed silent. For 7 years. Then everything changed because of a wedding invitation. One rainy Tuesday evening, my phone rang. Lily's name appeared on the screen. He answered immediately. Within seconds, I knew something was wrong. She sounded stressed. Anxious. Almost desperate. Her cousin was getting married at a luxury mountain resort 3 hours away. The entire family would be there. Including relatives who had spent years pressuring her about relationships. Apparently, they had become unbearable. Every family gathering turned into an interrogation. Every holiday became a lecture. Every conversation ended with questions about marriage. She was exhausted. Then she asked a question that changed both our lives. Would I pretend to be her boyfriend for the wedding weekend? He laughed. Not because it was funny. Because I genuinely thought she was joking. She wasn't. The request was real. Her family already knew me. Most of them liked me. The story would be believable. It was only for one weekend. Used 3 days. A harmless favor between friends. At least that was what she called it. My heart had other opinions. Pretending to be the boyfriend of the woman I secretly loved sounded like emotional torture. But she needed help. And helping Lily had always been my weakness. So I agreed. The moment I said yes, neither of us realized how much that decision would cost. Or how much it would eventually give us. The following week passed in a blur. Lily planned every detail. We rehearsed stories. We memorized fake relationship timelines. We discussed imaginary dates. Inside jokes. Anniversaries. Fabric memories. The entire thing felt ridiculous. Yet strangely natural. Sometimes I caught myself forgetting the relationship wasn't real. Those moments flattened me. Because pretending was easy. Returning to reality would not be. The wedding weekend arrived. The mountain resort looked like something from a movie. Folk drifted between tall pine trees. Stone pathways wound through gardens filled with flowers. Everything felt magical. And dangerous. The first few hours were surprisingly successful. Relatives accepted the story. Questions stopped. Pressure disappeared. Lily seemed happier than I'd seen her in months. Watching her smile made every uncomfortable moment worth it. Then evening arrived. And so did the problem. A booking mistake. Or at least that's what the hotel manager called it. The resort was completely full. Only one room remained available. One room. One bed. He prepared to sleep on the floor immediately. Before I could say anything, Lily looked at me and shrugged. Then came the sentence that nearly stopped my heart. We only need one room. Simple words. Casual words. Yet they changed everything. That night became the longest night of my life. Not because anything happened. Because nothing happened. The room remained quiet. Respectful. Safe. But lying awake only a few feet away from the woman I'd loved for years forced me to confront truths I'd been avoiding. I wasn't moving on. I wasn't getting over her. I wasn't protecting myself. He was hiding. And for the first time, I wondered if I had wasted years of my life being afraid. Outside, rain tapped softly against the windows. Inside, the distance between us felt smaller than ever. Yet somehow impossible to cross. Neither of us knew that the wedding weekend was only the beginning. The real story hadn't started yet. The heartbreak. The misunderstandings. The sacrifices. The secrets. The impossible choices. All of that was still waiting ahead. And before the weekend ended, one unexpected confession would force both of us to face feelings neither of us could hide anymore. But sometimes love doesn't arrive like a lightning strike. Sometimes it grows quietly through years of loyalty, paciencia, and friendship. Sometimes the person meant for you has been standing beside you all along. You just need the courage to finally see them. Before the story continues, leave a comment and tell us where you're watching from and which country you're supporting from today. We'd love to see how many different countries are joining this journey together. And if this beginning touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps keep these emotional stories alive and allows more people around the world to discover them.